A lot of you I know have worked with Terry Davenport. We've had the honor in the city of Shelton to work with Terry since April the 2nd, 2001. Today is March 31st, 2011. The story is he would not be hired nor would he retire on April Fool's Day. So he's here today to hopefully get lots of praise for the good job that he's done while he's been at Shelton. I've said to Terry many times when we've had our discussions, Chief, absolutely through and through, the one thing I can count on for Terry Davenport is if it needs to be done, it will be done, but it will be done correctly and by the law. And I always have felt that we've had a gentleman here that, obviously you know him if you work with him, he's been in law enforcement. I love that music. He's been in law enforcement since really when he was in the Army. Military police, so he picked it up there, and that goes back to what, 1972? So he's been around the block a little bit as far as law enforcement. But we're pleased that he spent his last 10 years with the city of Shelton. And the Chief knows that I was particularly kind of swelled up eyed earlier when he told me that he was going on to other things, but that he was going to have a full-time day job. So not a 24/7, 365. So Chief, again, on behalf of the city of Shelton, we want to say thanks. We have a lot of things we want to share with you today, but without further ado, I'd like to turn it over to David Leary.
One day we were at a retreat, and we were all going to lunch, and said, well, Terry said, well, I'll drive. And let me share with you that if you're going to lunch with a law enforcement person, you do the driving. On the way to lunch, Terry noticed that somebody wasn't doing something right, and we did a traffic stop to load out city officials. We're all sitting there going, I'm hungry. We only have an hour. And but truly, Terry is dedicated to seeing that this is done. He's not afraid. He's not been afraid to do the work right down at the lowest level in the department. Terry, among the things that I need or must do as a department is evaluate performance. And in every way, you have done all you needed to do with excellence and professionalism. And I just want to say congratulations to you and well done. Thank you.
We received these items, and I'll share this a little bit about it. Some of you may have seen this before. This is being presented to Terry Davenport and the Shelton Police Department. It is not a print, it's a real thing. And I'd like to read it to you, if I don't drop it. It says, to the Chief of Police, Terry Davenport, all law enforcement officers and staff of the community of Shelton, this is a small token of our appreciation from my wife, Joan, and I. We thank you for your loyal service in the community of Shelton and for making it a safe and desirable place to live. Your service is beyond duty. You're all heroes, and we thank you. God bless you all. Lacey SPO, Monty, and Joan Kalari. So you can take a peek at that, Chief.
Chief, this is to take with you to remind you of your time here at Shelton Police Department.
Oh, wow.
Would you like me to read it?
Yeah.
It says,
Yes.
to Chief Terry Davenport, Shelton Police Department, 2001-2011, thanks and appreciation for a job well done. And this is the closest we could get to an Oscar. So we thought,
It's Terry's Oscar.
It's Terry's Oscar. We thought it's something you ought to have. So
Thank you so much.
we'll give that to you, and there's the appropriate little box in there if you want to put it in.
You can have it bagged.
Okay. Okay, thank you. And don't run away, you gotta stay here. I'd like Dave Eklund to come up, please.
I am excited about being selected by the department to present you with this plaque. And I know I speak for them all when I say it's been a pleasure to work with you for the the last 10 years. Look forward to working with you more in the future in your new adventure. So we have a plaque for him. Representative Terry Davenport, thanking you for 27 years of dedicated law enforcement service and your outstanding leadership and commitment as the Chief of Police, City of Shelton.
I've had the great privilege of coming over here as sheriff, and I learned, as was told when I first became sheriff, that oftentimes sheriffs and police chiefs don't get along. And I can tell you that that has not been the case. And interestingly enough, I work with a couple of the best police chiefs in the state right here, and when we started together, the three of us, it was actually a blast. We've had a great time, and there has not been a time when we have not gotten along or that we haven't been able to call each other if there was a need. I've known the chief since my days over at Thurston County, and he was at Tumwater, and then we came back together here. And Chief Evans and I have been in his office more than once wondering how something was to be done. And Chief Davenport was always...
It starts out, what the hell do I do now?
Yeah. And he's always been there for us, and we're going to greatly miss him. And so, well, you got to say something.
Well said.
From Chief Evans and I, in appreciation to Terry Davenport, thank you for your dedication, service, and cooperation with our departments. Chief Mike Evans, Squaxin Island Police Department, Sheriff Casey Salisbury, Mason County Sheriff's Office.
In my 30 years in the fire service, I've had the privilege and pleasure of working with a lot of great law enforcement professionals, none better than this man right here. But I really wanted to kind of come down and talk about, I look at all the law enforcement professionals that work for the city of Shelton, and it's because of his leadership that that's occurred, and the fact that the commission has enough confidence in his leadership that they've kind of turned it over to Dave in the interim. Just goes to show you what a great and outstanding individual he is. I've just had the pleasure of working with great law enforcement folks my whole career, from sheriffs to police chiefs to the street officers, and there's none better than this guy right here. I wouldn't have missed this for the world. I wanted to be here to say thank you for 27 years of service. The last time I drove here to Shelton, though, as I was coming in on 101, I was heading toward Shelton, and on the other side of 101, coming the other way, was this black Jeep. Now we're in the crossing the Mason-Thurston line, so we're in Thurston County, and I look over and there's Terry. Doing his job, he pulled somebody over. And I thought about stopping the truck and, yelling over at him, and I just kept going right and going. So Terry was a professional every day that he wore the uniform, every day that he carried the badge, and we're all safer and better for it. Thanks, Terry.
We're talking about you at lunch today, and Captain Cooey from the State Patrol said, I cannot make it. And if you would be so kind to make sure that this challenge coin gets to you from the State Patrol, on behalf of the Lacey Police Department. I've known Terry for 27 years. He's a man of integrity. He's always given his heart and soul to both the city of Tumwater and the city of Shelton. I heard he was going on to the Traffic Safety Commission to help us reach the honorable and noble cause of Target Zero. And if anybody can get us there, it'll be you, sir. The best.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. I was packing my stuff up at home, putting all my cop junk into a box, and I shared with my great wife, Therese. Boy, 27 years in a box. This just doesn't seem right. And started really thinking about it. It's nothing but material things. And as I look around this room, golly, I am the richest person in the world today. The people that are here, to say congratulations. John and John, Christina from Tomwater that I worked with many years ago. Jeff Allwine from the Lakewood Police Department that I knew Jeff in a previous life when he was about like such. And about did a couple of ride-alongs with me when I worked for Tomwater. Got the bug with getting involved in law enforcement. He's turned out to be a fine young man. Really proud of him. Nice things have been said about me today, and I greatly appreciate it. And I can't take credit for the department that we have. The credit goes to the officers. Diana, I can never tell you how much I've appreciated you over the 10 years. Dave, you've always been there. Lynn, Sarah, Sarah, you've been kind of a pain in the butt once in a while. I love you for it, and you've always kept me out of trouble. And to all the officers, you are the department. You make this agency what it is. I'm just kind of there to take the credit. And so for that, thank you so much. For our dispatch center, we went through some rough times. We got the consolidation. Chief Knight
He had to leave, he had another meeting.
and Sheriff Weibark, we worked really, really hard to do the consolidation. And it's much better, the citizens of Mason County are much better off for that. But without the hard work of our dispatch folks, wouldn't have happened. Joe is always comes in, yep. You always count on Joe coming in, always smiling. Hey Chief, how you doing? Thank you so much. It's been a true pleasure. Vicki, HR, sometimes we didn't see eye to eye together, but that's kind of what makes life go round. Dave, all the support, thank you so much. To the commission, I can't begin to tell you how much I thank you.
It's okay, Chief, there's a free parking spot over there.
For all your support, the opportunities that you've given me over the years, thank you so much. And to all the community members, friends, thank you so much for your support, because without you, couldn't have made it happen. More importantly, my wife Teresa. Stand. All the birthdays, the anniversaries, Christmases,
That you missed?
Thanksgiving, that I missed.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. You've always been there, you've always been supportive.
Oh, Rich.
I've always been kind of a jokester. I'm not leaving.